Hey y'all, I'm Miss Katie. Welcome to Heritage Ways, where we honor home, celebrate heritage, and spread hope. And right now we're in the middle of a new series called The Good Steward. And we're just trying to be better and do better. We're trying to help each other. Because if you don't know what you don't know, then you don't know you can do better and be better. So we're sharing with each other. I hope you'll stay and learn and grow with us. Talk about one thing today, and then after that I want to share with you a clip we made the other day of how I process tomatoes the fast way. So it's not really a recipe, it's more of a method, and just wanted to share that with you. Little Miss Homemaker taped that for me the other day when I was in the kitchen. I said, hey, our friends might want to see this, and so we'll show you that here in a little bit. Well, just the other day, I shared with y'all my 4 points, my 4 talking points about I am worthy. Now, if you didn't see that video, please go check it out, because I wish you'd check it out and have that foundation of knowledge of what we're talking about. But I love the nature sounds. Somebody asked me, I think it was Ellie, maybe Ellie Kate, maybe, I can't remember exactly, I'm sorry, or maybe it was Ellen Fisher. Anyway, somebody asked me if this was cicadas or grasshoppers. I can tell you, I don't know, but I have not seen any cicada exoskeletons anywhere around. Sounds like them though. Our 4 talking points in that other video were, and are going to be, I am worthy, I am intelligent, I am talented, and I am capable. So today let's talk for a few minutes about I am worthy. Now, I talk to a lot of people. I've always been in a position in my life, my childhood family, and so forth, where I've been, pardon the wind sound, but I'm enjoying the breeze, where I've been in, well, around a lot of people, because I grew up a preacher's daughter. Okay, so we were invited to many homes. Those folks down in Mooresville, Tennessee helped raise me, and I love those people. Country, good-hearted, decent farmers and dairy farmers, and all kinds of just hard-working people. I love those people. And but anyway, we were invited to all kinds of, you know, Daddy did gospel meetings on the circuits and that kind of thing. So I was around a lot of people. Always have been all my life. And of course, going to public school, and then I became a public school teacher after college, and I was a daycare director and a caterer and all kinds of things like that. So I'm just saying, I've been around a lot of people. I've heard a lot of stories, and I'm no expert on the human condition or humanity, but I'm just a person. I'm just a person like you are, who observes, who has listened to 54 years worth of people's stories and people's lives. Yes, some of them I judged before I realized that was not the way to handle humanity. That to just turn my nose up and say, oh, I'm thankful the Lord taught me better, and He taught me to listen, because I don't know your story, and you don't know mine. But I digress. I'm getting into something else I'm going to talk about later. I have been in the shoes I'm about to describe, okay? And on a side note, I'm not going to share anything tremendously personal. If I do that, I'm going to share that over on Patreon. Now, I know there's people who don't like for me to mention Patreon. You're welcome to not go there. You're welcome to not follow for free or to join one of the tiers. You are welcome to that. There's no judgment here. We have a kindness policy, that's newly instated, and I had to do that because we had some issues the other day. So there's a video about that. You will not see that video in public. You cannot search our channel for this video. You would have to go to this link here about our little kindness policy, and I am not happy, and I'm all broken out when I'm talking about that in that video. Okay, so back to, if I share things personal, it's going to be on Patreon. It just is, period. So I will say that what I'm about to say I've experienced and I still struggle with, but there are people out there, maybe you, who don't feel like they are worthy. That breaks my heart. It breaks my heart for myself. When I dealt with those feelings for so many years, and it took 2 individuals in my life, one was Mr. Patient, to help me understand my worthiness. Not just my worthiness in the Lord, because He defines who I am. He created me. But I also welcome folks to this channel who don't believe in the Bible or Jesus or follow the way of the Lord. So I want to speak for that reason on a little bit more secular level, non-biblical level if I can. But just know, before I go there, just know that if you are a child of God, well, let me back up. Everybody is loved by the Lord, no matter what you believe or don't believe in your faith. There's that. Humankind, He created everybody, every human. I don't care what you believe or don't believe. Every human is loved by the Lord. Every unborn human, every human. Okay. The Lord came, Jesus died for all of us. But we're going to go forward with this and say you are worthy. You are worthy. You are worth it. Your life matters. Now, surely you all know about, or most of you know about the whole It's a Wonderful Life movie, you know, with George. And he wanted to end it all because he thought his life didn't matter and make a difference. And turns out at the end of well, I won't spoil it for you if you haven't seen it. It's a Wonderful Life. Go look it up. It's an old movie with Jimmy Stewart. I won't spoil the ending. But y'all, there have been times in mine and Mr. Patient's life when he broke down, and one time on his knees, and he said, I cannot believe it. He said, I feel like Jimmy Stewart in the end of that movie. He had been in a position where he didn't think he was worthy, or he was reminded that he was worthy. Y'all, you are worthy. You are worth the effort. You are worth attention from your loved ones, from your family. Accept the blessings that they're trying to give you. Accept the help or the casserole or the offer to drive you somewhere or whatever it is, fill in the blank. Don't be like I've been too many times, an embarrassing number of times. And I still get that way. I did it the other day. Y'all, somebody tries to bless me. Somebody says, I'll drive your children to the park so you can get some things done. And I want to say, oh, no, don't do that. And inside I'm screaming, yes, hallelujah. And when that happened the other day, when my friend said that, I said, okay. I even said to her in the text, I said, this is hard for me, but I'm going to let you do it. I'm going to let you help me. We cannot be so prideful. Do you know that's what it is? Do you know that when you don't let people help you, you're being selfish and prideful? Now, I'm not talking about, we all can probably think of somebody, or there's people around us who probably want to be moochers. And, you know, kind of, you know, those people that just, you know, they'll let you do everything for them and pay every bill for them. And so I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that type of scenario. I'm talking about you and me. I'm talking about people who, you know, we get into too much. We have too much going on, or our health doesn't allow us to do this or that, and somebody wants to help us. And like my friend the other day who wanted to take the kids to the park, and I was like, oh no, well, what am I, you know, that was ridiculous. And she pretty much said so. She's like, look, I'm driving by your house. I'm going anyway. And so we have got to stop being prideful and selfish. And I know y'all have heard, well, don't rob people of their blessing. Of when people, do you enjoy helping others? I mean, I do. Pretty much my whole life, like I said, I was a preacher's daughter, and Mr. Patient was a deacon in the church for a while, and we set out to be service mission minded when we sold our farm in 2018 and RV'd and tried to do mission service projects, and we still look for ways now, and Heritage Ways this is our ministry. So do you feel good when you help people? Well, yes. Hello, yes. I mean, I get so much energy from helping people. I know this sounds kind of weird and backwards, but if I hear somebody has a need, I'm going into, I mean, like a sudden need around here, or, you know, in my past. I don't know a lot of people in the village yet, but I mean, I'm like, I'm on it. You know, let's do this. Let's go to the store. Let's get some food. Let's cook it. Let's give it to them. Let's do whatever. Let's keep their kids. I'm on it. And is that how you feel? Because I feel great in an odd sense. I don't mean to sound like I'm taking advantage of their bad situation. You know what I mean? But like, that's how people feel maybe when they want to help you and me. So let's quit being so selfish and prideful. We are worthy. We are worthy of love and attention. And let me go from a spiritual aspect. I am worthy, and you are worthy of the Lord's attention and His love. You are worthy for Him to die for you. And I don't want to, I know you're going to say, well, you don't know what I've done. You don't know my situation. You don't know my life story. I know, you're right. And you don't know mine. You don't know mine. And you don't know, we don't know, you know, our deep, dark stuff. You don't know. And I don't know. But what I do know is He cleared it all. And I'm worthy. And it's still mind-boggling for me to think about. All right. We are worthy of knowing truth. Whatever truth that is. Truth in truth. Truth in every situation. You are worth it to know the truth. We're going to talk more about that later as well. But you are worth it to know the truth. You're no dummy. You're not stupid. I'm not. You're not incapable. You're not unintelligent. Neither am I. You're not untalented. Neither am I. We are worth it. We are worthy. Okay. Now, affirmations. If you're unfamiliar with what that means, an affirmation is something you say over and over to yourself. Okay? Whether you say it spoken, the spoken word, or just in your mind. And your body and your brain starts to believe that. And then everything follows suit after that. So some people use such negative affirmations with themselves that they bring harm upon themselves, like in a physical way. And sometimes it can be extremely detrimental. So, and this is something that, and it's not new age, people, it's words, okay? It is words, it is positivity. It's nothing crazy, cuckoo, woo-woo stuff, all right? My Christian naturopathic doctors, the past 3 I've had, encourage me to recite positive affirmations. So that's what I'm encouraging you when in the last video when I asked you to write down, I'm worthy, I'm intelligent, I am talented and I'm capable. Those are affirmations. And start telling yourself that, and eventually you're going to start believing it. Well, we're going to talk more. I enjoy sitting out here with you and talking with you, but I think we need to get in the kitchen because I want to show you my shortcut way of how I process tomatoes when it's hot in the kitchen and I've got so much to do. And so I will talk to you next time. We'll come back with more ideas and conversations about how we can be better stewards of all aspects of our lives. So thanks for being here, and I will see you soon, Lord willing. You're on. All right, friends. Well, right now I want to just show you quickly. This isn't really a canning how-to or a video, but a few tips of how I'm trying to be, always have tried to be, a good steward with my canning tomatoes. One thing is to be a good steward of your time. Always have your setup. Whatever you're doing in your kitchen or anywhere, have your setup or your assembly line or whatever you want to call it make sense to you. So I've got my little rolling block here. I've got my nasty compost. Don't look in there, it's nasty. But I have my tomatoes washing. Little Miss Homemaker's washing my tomatoes behind me, and I've got my bowl of them. I'm cutting them, put my refuse in the compost. But what I want to tell you too, just a few tips. I would not can tomatoes without the Vitamix, y'all. I'm not kidding. My grandmother always put it through the juicer. She strained her seeds and all that kind of stuff, or, you know, separated. Listen, in the Vitamix, and we've had this thing for at least 25 or so years, and we have used this Vitamix often, like sometimes more than twice a day. For months and years we've used it that long. So I put it in here. I'll just show you. I cut my tomatoes, and here's another try to be a good steward. The apron I have on is the first Town Day apron that I made, and I try to take care of my clothing by covering my clothing with an apron. And this is the oldest one I have, so I kind of use this as gardening apron, so there's an idea there too. That's why aprons were invented. That's why they're a thing, to protect the clothing. But anyway, so then I have just gotten the bad spots and the core out of my tomatoes. I do not just slice a big old hunk off the top. I want to use as much as I can. And I was smelling a while ago, because you can tell real quickly if a tomato is bad by smelling it. And I have had bad tomatoes that had no bad spots, but they were bad. So I just basically quarter or cut it up, and I put the tomatoes, and sometimes peppers and onions, but today I'm just doing tomatoes so I can get out to the garden and pull it up for the fall or the summer, get ready for fall garden. But I'm just going to put these in here like so. The Vitamix, I'm not an affiliate or linked with Vitamix at all, but y'all, if you can save your money and get one, and they sell refurbished ones. If you can get one, save your money, it's worth it. Our third son, Owen, when he was living at our house and he made smoothies all the time, he is not married yet, so he didn't have any kind of a bridal shower or anything like the other kids did, or like folks usually do. And so he didn't have all the kitchen tools. So for Christmas one year, we bought him a refurbished Vitamix. And that's pretty much the only and the main thing we've given him to start his, life away from our house. But he loves that thing. So I'm just going to, you want to come over here and see what I'm doing then? I'm just going to put this in here. It's going to be loud. And that's it. It vibrated the whole floor I was standing on. But it eats up the skins and the seeds, and I don't have to worry about, peeling the tomatoes like I used to do before Vitamix days. I love this thing. Now just come over here. Now I just come over here and I just pour it into this roaster. And I do it on the stovetop as well. But by the time I'm done, this roaster is going to be filled. I'm going to turn it where I want it. I'll decide what temperature I want it at. And it'll sit here and it will simmer and get some of the water out so that I can go out and work in the garden. And then later on I'll come in this afternoon and I will just can the tomato juice. Now, how will I use this? Oh my goodness. This and canned squash are the two things that I use the most as far as preserving food, canning food. And I will use this all winter long. Soup, stew, spaghetti sauce, chili, you name it. And I would like to go ahead and have in the summertime my spaghetti sauces and my chili mix and my starters and all that made. But it's not happening right now with as much as I've got going on. And y'all know what I'm talking about if you're a gardener and a canner and that kind of thing. So that's it. That's just kind of a brief tutorial of how I preserve the tomato harvest. One way I preserve the tomato harvest and try to be a better steward of the tomatoes when they come in, and using this Vitamix. So let the tools work for you. Save money. Invest in good tools. Like this was several $100s, but it's over 20 something years old. So it is worth the investment, especially if you make smoothies and things like that. So just an idea, you might want to check that out. Okay, you see we've got a roaster full. I don't know how many quarts this roaster is. Procter, Silence, commercial. So it is full. And I'm going to let it sit here and simmer while I'm outside.